a chocolate chip cookie, take a bite, and remember the first time you ever had a chocolate chip cookie. Aunt Della was the first person to ever give Wally Amos a chocolate chip cookie and caused him to have a dream to open his own cookie company. The life of Wally Amos was an eventful one. Before his big success with the start of his famous company and after letting go of his impactful name. Wally Amos had an eventful life before opening the cookie company. With a rough start of dropping out of trade high school, he joined the Air Force, where he served for 4 years. After Air Force, he went back to New York and went to secretary school and was briefly employed by Saks Fifth Avenue. He was then later employed by the William Morrison Agency, where he worked as a janitor and in the mailroom. Despite his beginnings, he was noticed for his work ethics and was later employed to work in the upper management. He discovered Simon and Garfunkel, along with the Temptations and Marvin Gaye and many more. His journey began with the chocolate chip cookie company when he first started baking cookies for his clients as a way of saying thank you and welcome. After almost giving up on his dream, Amos moved to LA and made a business plan where he pitched the idea to Helen Reddy and Marvin Gaye, and they believed in his idea and contributed thousands. The famous chocolate chip cookie company was finally born on March 1975. He hit it big with this company. Opening was a success. Old-fashioned recipes brought something new to the market. Word got out and sales skyrocketed, causing Amos to have to open more stores. Popularity also grew over the years. Sales reached millions by 1982 and also reached over 20,000 locations. Competition rose also, with the companies wanting to get a piece of the action. Amos could not handle the financial issues. He knew he would have to expand quickly to keep up with the competition. In 1984, Amos began to sell shares of his company in hopes of bringing experienced executives. In 1985, Wally Amos sold the remainder of his company for $1.1 million. Even though he gave up on his company, he did not give up. He tried to launch another company with his name, but got sued due to the fact that he gave up his rights to his name when he sold the company. Working with partners, he launched Uncle Wally's family of muffins. He later eventually rejoined the cookie industry by opening Chip and Cookie. And even though he was sued, he still kept his name as spokesman for the famous Amos. Outside of the cookie industry, he worked as a motivational speaker, advocating ending illiteracy in the U.S. He also, throughout his lifetime, married 3 times, and with 3 sons and a daughter, lives happily in Hawaii. In 2002, he was still promoting his work. He was still a sought-out inspirational speaker. Before his success, letting go of his impactful name, Wally Amos had a very eventful life. Does anyone have any questions?
How much did Helen Reddy and Marvin Gaye contribute?
They contributed $25,000. Anyone else?
What position did he get promoted to?
He was the secretary to the vice president. Anyone else?
I have one. Who was the company sold to?
It was Fort Worth-based Bass Brothers.